Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be looking at the new Megadeth album, The Sick, The Dying, and The Dead. Now, I have a two-part retrospective on my channel covering their entire discography, so you can check that out if you want to first. And just to let you know up front, Megadeth is my all-time favorite thrash metal band. I don't think that's ever going to change in the future, who knows. And I've enjoyed pretty much every single album of theirs. So when it comes to this new one, being their 16th studio album overall and their first album in 6 years, does it live up to expectations? Well, that depends on you. You know, I've seen some mixed responses all throughout the internet, but as for me, I genuinely enjoyed this one. It took me about 2 listens to fully appreciate it, but I love it, and I think it's one of the band's best efforts to date. So let's get into it. So as some of you probably know by now, this is the band's first album to be released since founding bassist Dave Ellefson was dismissed from the band following a sex scandal. Any and all of his contributions to the album were re-recorded and reworked by Steve DiGiorgio, who served as a guest musician for this album rather than an official member. Did any of this hurt the album in any way? No, not at all. Musically, on the whole, the album is more or less somewhat reminiscent of the sound on Dystopia, but there are some melodic and acoustic elements thrown in that are pretty cool. After recovering from throat cancer, Dave Mustaine's vocals are as good as they can get, and you know, they're not what they used to be. I guess, you know, taking into account not only the throat cancer itself, but his age, they sound just as good as they did on Dystopia and some of the previous albums. There's even a guest appearance from Ice-T on the song Night Stalker. It's kind of a spoken word thing, it's not necessarily a verse, but you know, I don't mind Ice-T popping up here and there in metal because at the end of the day he has his own band called Body Count and they're pretty cool. Lyrically, this album contains references to things like the pandemic, you know, given that title, The Sick, The Dying, and The Dead, current politics, war, and there's even inspiration taken from Dave's personal life as usual. Some people have criticized the lyrics for being of a very low standard, you know, especially by Megadeth standards, but I disagree and I didn't mind them at all. Aside from the songs, there's a cool interlude called Psychopathy, and the deluxe edition contains 2 cover songs, the first one being a Sammy Hagar cover of This Planet's on Fire, and it so happens to feature Sammy Hagar himself. And the other one is a Dead Kennedys cover of Police Truck. Dead Kennedys is my all-time favorite punk rock band, if you guys didn't know. And on the whole, if you enjoy the thrashier Megadeth albums, then this will definitely be one of your favorites. If not, then I think you'll still enjoy it, but I still think it's a solid album and one of the best I've heard all year. Now, the album as a whole is fantastic, but there are 1 or 2 songs here and there that are just kind of okay, they're nothing spectacular. You know, it's amazing that a band as prolific as Megadeth is still giving it their all, but that doesn't mean that the results are always going to be 100% perfect. My favorite track is Night Stalkers featuring Ice-T, and my least favorite track is Mission to Mars. So yeah, those are my thoughts on The Sick, The Dying, and The Dead by Megadeth. It's another solid addition to their discography, and it may not be quite as good as, say, Dystopia, but I think it's their best album since Dystopia. So next time, I'm going to be doing another metal album review, this time on Blind Guardian's latest album, The God Machine. So look forward to that soon. And yeah, thank you all for watching, guys. Please be sure to like the video, share and subscribe, ring the bell. Take care, and I'll see you soon.